I'm just snacking on my afternoon snack because it's 4 p.m. on a Sunday and I just want to eat Maltesers and live my life, so don't judge me because that's what I want to do. Hey guys, how is it going today? My name is Jack. You can probably tell by my voice I have gotten a little bit sick. Yes, ask me how happy I am about that. When I leave for Europe in 4 days, I have gotten sick. This always happens to me when I went to Los Angeles. Last year, I got sick a week and a half before I had to leave, and it was kind of like, why? Like, out of all the weeks I could have gotten sick, I had to get sick now. Like, why? Anyways, life happens. Shit like that happens. You know, you just gotta learn to be like, you know what? We'll get over it. We'll get past it. Anyways, in today's video, we are going to talk about 5 essential travel tips that I think that you guys should be implementing when you are traveling domestically or even internationally, because I think these tips are really, really important, and I think that they really do provide you with convenience and sort of a stress-free travel experience, because nobody likes to be stressed out when they travel. Like, it makes the travel, it just makes the travel miserable. What's the word I'm looking for? It makes the travel inconvenient, it makes the travel stressful, it makes the travel longer. If it's inconvenient, it's stressful and timely. So if you do these things, it kind of makes it a little bit easier and more convenient and less stressful, and it makes the whole overall experience more enjoyable. So I have made a list here on the 5 sort of tips ranked from most important to least important on what I think is the most important, and obviously what I think is the least important on the list. Going with number 1, this is probably the most important tip I could probably ever provide you with, and you probably already know it using your common sense. Leaving early for the airport or the train station or wherever you're going, leave early. Life happens, traffic happens, airport delays happen, you get stuck in the security line for 35 minutes longer than you anticipated. Things happen. I have been stuck on the 401 en route to the airport, and it has taken me an hour longer to get to the airport than I anticipated, and it's a good thing that I left myself an extra 2 hours to get there, because, you know, life happens, things happen, so why bother cutting it fine? You spent a lot of money to go on a trip, you spent a lot of money to go somewhere, so why do you want to cut it fine and leave at the very last minute and jeopardize you missing your flight or whatever you're doing? So, and it is not airlines' responsibilities to rebook you because you missed your flight. It's their responsibility to rebook you if it's their fault and they delay the flight or cancel it, but if you miss your flight and they provided the clear time for you to arrive there, it's not their responsibility to rebook you. So just keep that in mind. Show up early and show up on time. The rule I go by: being on time is late. Number 2, use packing cubes or use designated, like, little, I guess, toilet. They're kind of like these bags. Here, I'll show you what I mean. These things, they're kind of like packing cubes almost, but like you put essentials in them, like toiletries and stuff, or undergarments, or whatever you want to put in here, or socks, or underwear, or shoes, or stuff like that. You put stuff in here, and then you can designatedly pack it inside of a suitcase, so it makes things a little bit more comfortable, and it actually makes things more organized. The worst thing in the world is just throwing everything into a suitcase, throwing everything into a bag, and then when you need to get something out of that bag, you're spending 15 minutes digging through everything to try and find that one thing you're looking for. If you have packing cubes, or you have designated bags that things go in, like shirts go in this packing cube, pants go in this packing cube, underwear and socks go in this packing cube, and you know exactly which packing cube you have to look for to get that stuff. So it really narrows down trying to find things, so you don't spend 3 times longer trying to find something, so you can literally go to the one specific packing cube you're looking for, find what you need, and it makes things a lot easier, and it actually increases space inside your suitcase, believe it or not. Like, because you're able to organize things easier, you're able to stack things easier, you're able to put things in the suitcase easier, things fit together easier, and I've held off for the longest time on packing cubes. I'm like, I don't need these, I think they're stupid, but no, they are like a lifesaver when you travel a lot. And that kind of leads me on to my 3rd point here, is using a shoe bag. You know, I think this is a really important tip. Like, I have these Nikes here. Like, you don't know where these have been. Like, they have been touching the ground. You don't know, God knows where they've been, but like, you really want to put these inside your suitcase, touching your clothes and touching everything. So I really would recommend putting them inside a shoe bag like this. Then that way they're not going to be touching any of your clothes or any of your pants or anything like that. They'll also just look better in a shoe bag, you know, and they're not gonna fall around anywhere. They're all separate in here, and you can tie this up nicely so it stays in nice and tight. You don't have to go out and spend a lot of money to get these fancy shoe bags. Sometimes you can just buy shoes from the store and they'll even give you these shoe bags complimentary. Or if you are on a budget and you don't want to buy a shoe bag, you can just use like a grocery store bag and literally just throw your shoes in there, tie it, throw it in the suitcase and go. The only thing I really have against grocery bags is that they don't tend to be very strong, so when you throw shoes in there a couple times they tend to rip and they don't seem to, you know, keep dirt out or whatever, or stones or rocks. So I would recommend using a shoe bag instead, because grocery bags don't seem to be that tough, so they tend to rip after the first or second use. And my fourth point is sort of like entertainment wise. You know, you're gonna have to keep yourself occupied, especially if you're going on a long flight or a long train ride or a long car ride or whatever it is. I recommend downloading TV shows opposed to movies. Like, you can download movies as well if you want, but I recommend TV shows for this specific reason. Say there's like at least 6 episodes in one season of a TV show, and there's only one movie that you want to watch in particular. A movie is only 1 to 3 hours in length. A TV show could be half an hour each episode to an hour, opposed to a movie that could only be 1 to 3 hours in length. So it could definitely be more beneficial to watch a TV show, because it would take up more time. If you were on a long flight, for example, or a long car ride or train ride, it would make more sense to download a TV show, and it would take longer because you'd have to watch the whole series to understand what happened in the end, opposed to a movie where you watch it, you know, hour and a half later you're finished the movie and you're like, oh, what do I do afterwards? Because I've watched this movie, I've got to try and find something else to watch. So I would recommend TV shows over movies because they take longer to finish, and it keeps you more engaged and interested because you spend more time watching something. That makes sense? I hope that does make sense. I'm sorry, I'm still getting over my sickness. I really hope I'm not going to be sick when I'm in Europe. I'm really hoping for it, so hopefully I won't be sick on Friday when I leave. My fifth and final tip, this isn't really the most important tip. I put it at the bottom of the list for a very specific reason. Lay out your outfits before you put them in your suitcase. I have learned this a lot over the years of traveling, and I've learned this the hard way, is we always take more stuff than we need. I think that the most important thing is actually laying your outfits out on your bed, for example, or on your floor, and just picking out what you want to take. So say, for example, you lay 5 pairs of jeans on the ground or 5 pairs of pants, and you are going to pick 3 pairs of pants out of the 5 you've laid down. So that way you've eliminated 2 pairs of pants. And okay, let's say you're going to lay down 15 shirts and you're going to pick 10 of those 15 shirts to wear. The point of this objective is to basically pick out what you want, leave behind what you don't need to take, because it matters. And you've also got to remember that you want to leave space in your suitcase, because if you're going somewhere, you're most likely going to buy stuff, and you're going to want to have some room in that suitcase, because if you pack it full when you're leaving for your trip and you come back, it's going to be so much heavier when you come back, because you're going to put that extra stuff in with an already full suitcase, so you're barely going to be able to zip it shut. It's going to be so freaking heavy everywhere you take it. It's going to be an inconvenience. Taking it on the plane, lugging it around the airport, lugging it around the train station, it's going to be heavy and convenient. Really don't think that's something that you want. So I think leaving an extra space is a good idea, because you know you're going to buy stuff, and you know you're going to thank yourself later in the long run, because you're not going to wear 15 outfits if you're going on a 7-day trip. It's not likely to happen. You know what you're going to do, plan it out, and be smart about it, because you'll thank yourself in the long run, because you'll be carrying less weight on your shoulders, and you'll be rolling or lugging around less weight, which you will be very thankful for. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. So thank you. Sakes. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button down below, hit the subscribe button beside it as well, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will see you guys in Europe on Friday, which I am so excited about. We have 4 more days, ladies and gentlemen, and we are in freaking Europe. I'm so excited. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what to do. I will see you guys in Europe on Friday. I am very, very excited, and until then, take care, and I'll see you guys then. Bye.